Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing fantastic. My name is Benny. I'm going to be your MC of tonight. So, welcome to another episode of Nine Fortunes. As some of you know, Nine Fortune is dedicated to provide uh, wonderful information to the community. And today, Tuesday, we're going to have one of our members to share something about the secret of the line of credit. For some of you who don't know, in the United States, it's so important to build up credit because if we don't have credit, we cannot buy house, car, unless you have enough cash, you can buy it through cash, right? But most of the people in the United States, we always like to buy things at credit. And tonight, Miss Margaret Tsai, she will reveal a secret, the secret of the line of credit. As you notice that Margaret, she have many years of experience in the residential loan officer since 2009. She got a broker license and she graduated from the University of Northridge, served 14 years in the lending business. So she's a very qualified person to give us this information. So pay close attention. And if you have any question, please write it down. If we're gonna answer at the end of her presentation. So without further ado, let's put our hand together and warmly welcome Miss Margaret. Margaret, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you for your kind words. Today is, I'm so happy tonight I have an opportunity to share my information with everyone. So first of all, I would like to share screen. Okay. Okay, now I'm allowed to share the screen. I will share a 1-minute video first, and you have a general idea about the credit. I'm sorry, do you guys can hear? Did I do it correctly? Okay, can you? Okay.
No sound, no sound.
No sounds. Let me try one more time.
You have to share sound when you share screen.
I share sound. I did not click hard enough. Share. Okay, let me go back.
A credit score is basically a number that tells institutions such as banks how creditworthy you are. For example, a bank will look at your credit score when deciding whether or not they approve a loan or when deciding how much interest they'll charge you. The better your credit score is, the more willing lenders will be to give you money and the lower the interest rates they'll charge you will be. Credit scores aren't just used by banks though. They're used by lots of entities, from insurance companies to landlords. Credit scores are calculated based on information gathered from multiple sources, but mainly based on your credit report, which is a record of your credit history. The credit report contains information from lending institutions, collection agencies, and even the government. For example, if you've paid back previous loans on time, your credit report will reflect that. Based on this information, your credit score is calculated through an algorithm, which varies from country to country, as well as from institution to institution. And do keep in mind that a lot of countries don't even have a credit score system. In the United States, your credit score is mostly calculated based on credit report information from the top 3 bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. These 3 operate the annual creditreport.com website through which Americans can request up to 3 free credit reports per year, 1 from each bureau. This is because the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act gives U.S. citizens the right to receive that information free of charge. But remember, you will receive credit reports and not credit scores.
This is how much the average American has saved.
Okay, let's continue with my presentation. Can everybody see my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now you need to share the screen.
Share the screen?
I mean, a slideshow from the beginning.
This is slideshow.
Okay, that's fine. You can continue.
This is the first one. Okay. Everyone, thank you for listening to my presentation. And I was volunteer myself and talking about the credit score. The reason I would like to talk about this subject, I'm a licensed loan officer since 2009, and I see so many clients that got declined because they don't know what they are doing. I would like to explain to you what's NMLS, the license number means. This is a national mortgage multi-state licensing system, which means all of the licensing mortgage loan officer will be under supervised all the any problems, any wrongdoing, it will be reported to this system, of course, including the continuing education. Okay, so first thing I would like to point out, if you are looking for a loan or something related to your credit, you might want to talk to someone with a license. At least they won't cheat you, hopefully. So referral is very important. Okay, and I'm also a volunteer for MRCLA. What's the MRC stand for? Is Los Angeles Medical Reserve Corp. And you don't have to be a licensee to join this. And this is an organization help to the countrywide, or is I should say nationwide system for any disaster happen. Okay, next one. Today's my topic is talking about the secret of credit score. A lot of people would think, oh, their credit score is over 700, is pretty good. In fact, I'm so sorry, I have to tell you a bad news. If you want to have a good loan, good rate, you should look at yourself to achieve credit score at least 780. Okay, even on the picture is 760. You want a better rate, you want a better mortgage, you want a better everything else, you should try to achieve 780. If you only have a 700, and there's a room for improvement. What type of credit reports I'm going to talk about? There are two types in general. One is a personal, another is business. Personal is individual, like you and I. Business is for someone has a company. What is a credit report? Credit report is in the United States, a system use a positive and continuous report, which means if you are not in the United States, this might not make any sense for you. Okay, why is credit report important? Lenders use a credit report to decide if to give credit or approve a loan. Others use a credit report to judge your money ability. What does this mean? We use credit card. We buy the house. We are not super rich. We need money. We borrow the money from the bank, from the lenders, and they all look at our credit past history and decide should we give the money. the credit score graded into a 3-digit number. Okay, I'm talking about personal and business. So for the personal is up to 850. For the business is up to 100. When do you use a credit score? Okay, it's out of your surprise, and you can see loan, interest rate, employment, insurance, even immigration. Okay, if you have a very bad credit history, it might get declined when you apply for immigration. You may not know, right? Let's talk about personal credit. The credit bureau, okay, they are 3 largest credit bureau is Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Each different the credit bureau is credit reporting agency and gather and compile the data. Every single credit bureau, they look at things slightly different. So the credit scores you receive would be slightly different too. Personal credit reports, it would include the date of birth, the address, and the credit history. Credit graded, the credit report, the minimum 300 to 850. Okay, I purposely put this up because in the market, when you look at this chart, you will think, oh, see, look at this. Good is if my credit score over 700 to 749. But I can tell you a lot of places, the lender won't give you a loan if your credit score is below 740. Okay, 740 and above, you have a higher chance to get approved for a loan. If it's below 740, there's a price to pay. Next one is how the credit score is calculated. It depends on number of the credit account, type of credit account, use credit versus unavailable credit, length of credit history, payment history, and hot inquiry. Do you guys are familiar with what is a hot inquiry or soft inquiry? Put this way, if you have borrowed the money and they check on your credit history, that for say you want to get a car loan, you want to get a mortgage, and when they pull the credit report, that's a considered hot inquiry. If you check it yourself, or take it back, someone check it for you, that's most of the time is hot inquiry because they have to have your permission. If you check yourself, it's a soft inquiry. Okay, what is FICO? What is Vantage score? Most of the people heard about FICO score, which is widely used. Vantage score is from Discovery. This is a different system, and they have a different way to weigh the credit score. Where to find personal credit reports? You can get a free credit report from annualcreditreport.com, or you can request a credit report from individual 3 credit agency. This is a federal law in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay, now how to improve credit score. First, the Federal Law Fair Credit Report Act allowed us to fix any reporting mistakes. Collected information is not accurate. Okay, you have to remember when there's a mistakes, it maybe indicate identity theft. Is it important to make the correction? Yes. When you have a common name like myself, Margaret, I might have tons of people is also named Margaret. Differences is a birthday and address. But today, I received an email for Margaret, but it's not for me. It's the different Margaret. But it's saying it to me with my phone number, with my email address. So there's someone using my information, and also my information you can search on the internet, and they can easily to locate my phone number. I even has reporting, like they use my phone number and posted dating request online. Can you believe that? So check every year, okay? Next, add the credit account to report, such as utility and phone. One thing for those renters, you might want to consider to report you pay the rent on time, because when you pay the rent on time and get into your credit report, it will improve your credit score a lot. Think about this. Most of us, regardless is a mortgage or the rent, is big part of our daily expenses. Okay. Next one is improve repayment time. What it means, repayment time. Credit score is looking at repayment. So if you need to, for example, your credit card supposed to pay on every month, 7 of every month, then you should try to make it at least on time or before 7 of each month. That's repayment time. And so this is very important. You have to be on time. Next one is do not exceed credit limit. Credit limit, when you apply for a credit card, it would say, oh, congratulations, you approved for $5,000. The best practice is do not over 50% of your credit limit, which is $5,000 for you to spend all the time. Is supposed to be $2,500 only. And it's better you pay it off every single month. And if you cannot pay it off, there's if you have 3 credit cards, you can pay off 1 credit card, and the other 2 you pay it, but make sure it's under 50% of the credit limit. This is the personal credit. Credit myth and facts you should know. This is regarding personal credit. I want you to know, pay attention with this. Okay. The first one is approaching your credit limits will not negatively impact your credit score. This is false. Even if you pay off your credit cards every month, but if your credit authorization ratio is too high, it may impact your credit score, which is negative impact. Earlier I talked about 50% rule. So watch for how much money you can use for that particular credit card. Number two, you can dispute items on your Equifax credit report. True, it's not only in Equifax. All the information on your credit report, if it's not accurate or is incomplete, contact the lender or the creditors. So you can file a dispute, all three credit bureaus. Number three, it will always help my credit score to close an account that's paid in full. Okay, this is a fourth. This is a very bad practice. If you are thinking to apply a loan, please do not close any credit card prior you apply a loan. It's not gonna help you. It would make your credit score drop. Okay, this is very important. Just think about the ratio. If you have an old, rarely used account that demonstrates a strong payment history, why you close it? You have a good history and this is under 50%, just keep it there, okay? It's more important how you use your account and the amount of available in the credit you are using. Okay, number four, there is no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to credit score, credit reports, and credit behavior. This is true. Everyone's financial and credit situation is unique. Earlier I mentioned even there are 3 credit bureaus, but every single credit bureau look at things slightly differently. So you look at this, every credit bureau, every single credit report is unique. Next, you have universal or overall credit score. No. They are different credit score and each be calculated differently, okay? And also I mentioned one more time, the credit score is in the United States. So if, in the other word, if you are try to buy a house in, for say, China or Spain, the credit score does not mean anything for them. Number 6, checking your credit score will not impact them. This is true. Unless it's hard inquiry. If it's a hard inquiry, okay, don't check by, unless you want to do the applying a loan through a particular mortgage advisor or loan officer, you should check the credit score yourself, not someone else pull the credit report for you. Okay. Number 7, there is a credit blacklist. No, there's no such blacklist. There are different factors to decide your credit worthiness. Number 8, parking tickets and library fines are not included on your credit report. This is true. Even is sent to a collection agency. Okay, number 9, your relationship status and whether you live alone can impact your credit scores. This is a 4th. Okay, keep in mind, account you have co-signed with another person will affect your credit scores. Okay, a lot of buyers, or I should say borrowers, they make a biggest mistake is right before the house gonna close a loan, they're too happy to buy a furniture. They're too happy to buy a car because they're gonna have a brand new 3-car garage, and so they think, oh, the loan gonna be funded next week. So they're happy to go shopping, and then they sign it. This is 100% no. When you apply for a mortgage or you apply for any lending, okay, you need to remember, don't co-sign for anyone. Don't buy anything new, big, fancy toy. That's no. Number 11, good credit score do not necessarily means your credit application would be approved. Yes, this is true. The factor for a mortgage are your income, your expenses, plus credit score. So this is not only one factor. It is all of them are related. Think about this. If you have income for $5,000, but you have 0 car payment, okay, maximum, and you have the perfect credit score of 800, okay, you can borrow, which is 5,000, 50% of the 5,000 toward the mortgage payment, which is mortgage principal and interest plus the property tax and the property insurance can up to 2,500. But if you have a car payment, which is considered your expense, then if the car payment is $1,000, your ability for a mortgage payment is down to $1,500. So this is what I mean. The credit score is not necessarily means your application would be approved. Number 11, if I pay off a debt, any late or missed payment that would be removed. No, this is a fourth. Remember, if you have a late payment, even you late for 1 day, it keep on the report for 7 years. You don't want to do that. So if you don't remember when supposed to make the payment, there are lazy ways. Schedule your payment online. There's a call auto pay or what I call auto draft. You figure out a way to make the payment on time. Now I'm going to talk about business credit. Okay, business credit, there's Business Credit Bureau. The biggest one is Dun and Bradstreet. They also has experience and Equifax. Pay attention when you look for the business credit. You need to make sure on experience and Equifax. They also has a personal credit. So if you are a business owner, you try to establish business credit. You need to apply the business credit under small business for in the experience and Equifax. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back. Dun and Bradstreet. How do you build your credit in Dun and Bradstreet? It's very simple. Go register. Okay. Business credit report includes company information such as how many employees, the sales, ownership, business registration, industrial class, the public liens, payment and credit histories. Okay, business credit scores is from 0 to 100. Okay, how credit score is calculated. This is for business credit score is payment history, lens of credit history, use credit versus available credit, industrial risk, and company size. Okay, one thing I want everybody keep in mind, the very important how to improve your credit scores, you need to remember everybody is looking for repayment ability. Personal or company is all repayment history. So when you are doing so well, don't forget, apply for a credit card, company credit card, applying for a loan. When you do very well, you don't necessarily will use the money, but you need to build a report. Okay. Why need to establish a business credit? Okay. You can borrow money without personal guarantee. Rate on business insurance, you have a better credit score on the business. Your insurance, commercial insurance would be lower. And the repayment terms, the commercial, I should put the company credit score, they have a different term. The repayment term is not like personal credit card. Majority of personal credit card is 30 days. You need to make a payment in 30 days. But for the business company credit report, their repayment is also reflect to it. For say, if you have borrowed the money for cash advance, repayment term might be is 10 days. Company credit card, they have a 30 days, they have a 60 days, they have a 90 days, it depends on the purpose of the credit card. Okay, where to find business credit reports? Okay, I put down the two credit report agency for the business credit. Hopefully this will help you. Okay. Let's talk about how to improve business credit. Okay, this is good to know. Earlier I mentioned, okay, if your unused credit score is between 50 to 79, it is considered moderate risk. If it's under 50, that means it's excellent, it's good or excellent. Okay, when the credit is 80 or higher, it's considered low risk. I put this way, the 50 to 79. This is talking about the credit card amount of the business credit. Business credit for say you have $30,000 of credit. Okay, 50%, which is $15,000. Okay, and this is if you have $15,000 credit you unused, it considered good. But if you have $30,000 of credit and you use over 250,000, 25,000, which means you are high risk. Okay, strong business credit is critical for your business bottom line because lender will look at vendor, credit card company will review your business credit scores, then will decide they want to work with you or not. Let's talk about how to improve your business credit score. Okay, I put down 11 points, and I'm gonna go very quickly with what we need to pay attention. The first one is update your credit information with Commercial Credit Bureau. Check the file for accuracy. Upload the financial document and add trade references. For the personal credit, we look at least 3 trade line. For the company, it is about the same. Yeah, 2, 3, you don't want to have too many. If it's over 10, that's not really a good sign. Unless you make a great money and able to support your spending. Okay, next one, streamline your bill payment process, paying your bill on time or even ahead of time. Okay, repayment ability. Repayment they look at very important is pay on time. So don't underlook pay on time. Number 3, practice smart spending with a new business credit card or line of the credit. What this means, you know, a lot of business owner will receive a credit card, say, introduce a special rate for 0% interest for first 24 months. Okay, that's great. If your current credit card interest is higher than, I don't think anyone has something lower than 0%, get a new card and you transfer some balance over. Remember 50% rule. Number 4, keep a low credit utilization ratio, okay? Number 5, update your credit information with a Commercial Credit Bureau, okay? Oh, okay, next. Credit scores are all the same? No. If your credit utilization ratio drop, okay, this is earlier I mentioned, if you get a new loan, pay off your credit card debt, or you move your credit card debt to a balance transfer card with higher limit, your ratio will go down. When your ratio go down, is you have a better credit, okay? If you make your payment on time, over time, a positive payment history will raise the score. Okay. Other country credit is worthless. You do the business here, you need to try to build a business credit in the United States. There are some banks can help translate foreign credit, like HSBC, BFA, okay. Those are international bank. Next one, only 1 free credit report per year. Well, in general, okay, 1 free credit report per year is for nothing happened and you just want to know. You can request the credit report. But if there's something wrong on your credit, you have denied credit for, say, you went to the store, apply for the store credit card, and they told me, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot approve you because your credit card, you apply for a store credit card, it got denied. Then they will give you a piece of paper, and then from that paper, you can request a free credit report, okay? Anytime when there's a credit report got denied, you have any unfavorable action from the credit report, unemployed and looking for work, okay, you are under public assistance, you have identity theft, you have fraud alert, you all can request a credit report. Okay. Credit Bureau leak penalty for 2023 only. You can receive a free report every week. I don't know you guys know about this. Okay, the last one. Business credit score are public. So in the other words, if you have a business, treat it seriously with your business credit score. Personal credit score are restricted to permissible purpose, which means the owner, like you and I, we are the one guarded our credit reports. Okay, thank you everyone for participating tonight's seminar. Again, my name is Margaret and I'm a mortgage advisor. And if you need to contact me, you can add my WeChat. But I have to let you know, I only check on WeChat once or twice a day. So if something emergency, you want to know what you're supposed to do, text me a short message is best way. Texting. You know why? Because I might be on the phone. Sorry, that's part of licensed loan officer's life. Okay, let me answer the questions.
Hello, Margaret.
Okay, hi.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation. Yeah, let's check the questions, huh?
Okay, just let me look at it.
Do you want me to read the questions for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the question.
Well, the first one say that the first question is mortgage rate different between 750 and 780?
Oh yeah, of course, because you are not in the deep, not on the same level.
So for Lily, the question has been, oh, actually Lily have access to speak.
Yeah.
Lily, you can turn on your mic.
Yeah, it's my question. Because I see your chart, 70, above 750 is excellent. So there, you didn't divide the range above 70,
Okay.
750. So that's my question. But I remember you mentioned about the best rate you can get it's the credit score is 780. I want to clarify whether these two scores make a difference in the loan mortgage rate.
Okay. When I show that the one with a credit score, I purposely mentioned. If you check on the internet, they will say, okay, if it's above 700, it's good. But I also, in my presentation, I also say, at least minimum over 740 credit scores, then you have a better chance to get loan approved. Well, it doesn't mean if it's below 740, you cannot get a loan. It means you need to pay high cost rate. Okay, that means. If you credit score, if it's over 780, or is over above 800, it's a different scale. Okay. Most of the time, it depends on the product. Some lender doesn't care. Some lender, as long as you are over 740, they don't care how good is your credit. As long as it's over 740, they are okay. But some lender, they are picky. If you are 780 or you are 800, your credit score difference, it will give you a significant rate. okay? And it really depends on the lender.
May I ask another question, please?
Sure.
You mentioned about now the bank offer the free the zero interest transfer for 12 months, 15 months, or even 18 months. And if I take that advantage, I'm not transfer the balance. I just want to use the cash at once. So if I take that advantage, let's see, my credit that account limit is 30,000, and I take a complete 30,000 credit and transfer to my cash account to do something else. Then until the zero interest period end, I will repay back. Is this approach have a negative impact to my credit score?
Yes, it would be negative impact. Remember, I say 50% rule. Improve your credit is better follow the 50% rule, which means if you receive the offer for 30,000, 50% is 15,000. Okay, that's a better way to go. It can maximize up to 70%. It's not gonna kill you, but if you want to have excellent score, you need to do lower the credit, lower the spending.
Yeah. What if I have a 5 credit card and only this credit card I open new credit card, I got this promotion. So the total 5 credit card, total credit line could be, let's say, 60,000 or 80,000. Amount this, only this newly open credit card, I take a full credit limit. It still have a negative impact?
Yes, correct. They are looking at individually, not individual credit card 50% rule. Okay, for say you have a 5 cards and you have 3 of the credit cards is only spending 50% or even not touch it with a zero balance. That's great, but you have 1 card has exceed 50% of your credit availability, which means you are not managing it correctly, not managing your financial correctly.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Some website allow me to check on tenant credit without tenant's permission. Okay, well, for the personal credit, you have to have a tenant's basic information. The tenant give you the authorization. They provide you with their name, their birthday, the address where they are, so you can pull the credit. They give you the permission. So I think you misunderstand. The tenant have to fill out an application form in order for you to have those basic information. So that is a hard pull. That's not soft pull. Okay. If you check on your credit score, I check my credit score. That's my personal information. That's soft pull. If someone else other than me, that's hard pull. Okay. Okay, if I add my spouse to the, if I add my spouse to my credit card, and does his credit score have impact to my credit score? Of course, when you add your spouse to your credit card and it's considered 2 are together, in one. And if you are a married couple, most of the time they look at your credit together, not individually. Also, a lot of time we see a big mistake is a cosign. We have so many clients right before the loan fund and close, cosign with family member for buying a brand new car. And I have even one times I have the buyer, she was so happy and say, I drive a brand new car, and this new car is my daughter's baby, and she let me drive it because I co-sign on her loan. Are you kidding me? It's when you co-sign a loan means you also responsibility. It's part of your responsibility to repay the loan. And when you buy the house, we calculate every single penny. You cannot have a mistake like this happen. Okay, and any other question I did not answer, you can turn on the mic. Hopefully I answer everybody.
Yes, there's another one. How to dispute a mistake? That's what you respond that?
How to dispute the mistake? Okay, when you pull the credit card, you would know where every single credit report has a different agency, different bureau. So you circle which one is belong to who. For say, you find that error on TransUnion. Then you dispute with TransUnion. Okay, am I answer your questions?
Just call them directly to ask
everything in writing.
Oh, in writing. Okay.
Yes, you can write a simple explanation later, or you can hire someone to do that. They are credit repair agency. They do that, but there's a fee involved.
Okay.
They help you to dispute, but you need to pay them.
Yeah, very clear. I have one more question.
Sure.
I have multiple credit card. Some credit card I have not used for many years. So should I close them or keep it to have a better credit score?
Okay. I believe you missed part of my presentation. If it is you rarely use it, but you did not owe anything, keep it there. Okay, it is a very important. It shows history. There's a zero balance, and you have a good history.
Yeah, but my question is, I have not used those two cards for many years.
Yeah,
it's zero balance, so I don't have the current payment history.
Yeah, keep it there.
Okay, thank you.
Keep it there because it shows that you are very responsibility. You are reliable, and even those cards you did not use, it's still maintained well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Seems like
this is Julia. Can I ask a question? Is it better for someone to pay off some of the credit cards or pay off each of the credit card by 50%?
Okay. It depends on your ability. Okay. First of all, if you have ability to pay off, I would say pay off all of them off. Okay. But if you don't have a ability financially, you have trouble to pay them all off, then the next step you should do is you pay them at least 50% of the availability of their credit card. For say you have 3 cards. I just use an example. You have 3 cards. One card has a $10,000 credit, but you use the 10,000 and use $9,000 on this credit card. Okay, $9,000 of 50% rule is 5,000, right? Second card, you have $15,000 credit on this card, and you have $14,000 on this credit card. Okay, and this is 50% rule is supposed to be $7,500. Okay, $15,000, 50% is $7,500, right? And the third card is just a brand new. They say, oh, interest free. You can give you a $20,000 2 years without payment. Okay. Improve your credit. If you are unable to pay them off, the best way to do is you transfer the first one, $10,000, because you have $9,000, right? $9,000 is the money you already spent. You spend $9,000 on 10,000 credit limit. So in order to down to the 50% rule, you want to pay off the additional $4,000 in that credit card. So you get the money from the brand new credit card to pay additional, I shouldn't say additional, pay down to $5,000 for the first card. And second one is $15,000 credit card, and the 50% rule is $7,500. So you already use the credit is $14,000. So how do you do 14,000? You just 14,000 take away 7,500. So you have $6,500. You're supposed to pay it down. So they just use your brand new credit card. You pay $6,500 down. Okay, but because you pay it down, so all of your credit card is under 50% limit. Your credit score is gonna increase instead of decrease. Special for the business owner, you have to keep in mind, bank, lenders, landlord, everybody look at repayment. So if you are doing well, you need to borrow the money, not thinking, oh, I'm doing well, I don't need money. Okay, when you're doing well, you need to borrow the money. When you have doing well, you have borrowing power. You can negotiate, and then you can have those money to do something else. And or even you don't need it, you just have a credit line open until you can use it when it is a raining days. Am I clear for you?
Yes, you did a very good job there. So basically what you're saying is it is good because I know people say increase your credit score, just like you said, even you don't need the money, just take the credit card, they gave you a year or even a year and a half, 0%, just go ahead, use it and do a minimum payment. So basically what you're saying is as long as you keep the balance below 50% and then pay the minimum payment, is going to increase your credit score, right?
Okay, one thing you have to keep in mind, this is related to your income, okay? If, for say, someone with monthly income is owning $20,000, but with all the credit card available limit is $50,000, it does not make sense, okay? If you have a $20,000 income per month, okay, 50% rule, you're supposed to spend it on the credit card, all add together is $10,000. That's the spending limit for you. So there's not only looking at one thing, you have to look at all sides, not only one side.
All
Okay,
right,
so you
seems
said
like
it's
we
the
have so many
balance.
questions, Margaret,
Okay.
and we're running out of time.
We are going to have similar seminar. So if you guys have interested with all of similar financial education class, you always can send an email to Nine Fortune, and we are glad and we are very happy everyone join the group and learn together.
Exactly. I will say thank you, everyone. Hopefully I have enough time to share my screen so we know how to share this wonderful presentation like today, right, Margaret?
Yes.
So I'm going to share my screen to everyone so everyone can see how to share. So if you're a member of Nine Fortune, you may want to set up your account and to go to my9fi.com, my9fi.com, and then click enter. And then you will, if you're already a member, it will directly take you to this wonderful website. If you're not, please set up your password and username, and you will have access to this website. So once you're in the website, you will see so many events. For example, like today we have Margaret, right? Or Nine Fortune have a person specific to design these beautiful posters for everyone to share, and your social media and with your friends, with your family, and every single member have a specific QR code. So if you share your QR code, if the person register, you and the new person will get 100 points, 100 mileage that you can